How's it going? Usually I just record the main mission part, but I decided, meh, I'll go and show you guys what I do in between missions and how I do it. The first thing I usually do is find out where I'm at, as far as coordinates go. I'm around like E5 and 6, so I always try to find the closest missions, so I'm not wasting time running around halfway through the place. Like, here's one where, even though I have to kill an outpost, which is really not that bad, it's in sector 6E. So 6E, it's like basically right behind this planet. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that. It is a harder type mission, but that really doesn't matter to me too much. I mean, I could go around here and try to find an easier one. It takes a little time to kill those space stations since I don't have torpedoes. But, I'll just do it anyways. I'm just gonna talk a little bit. I haven't been playing games all that much besides Guild Wars 2 since it came out, so that's why you see a big long gap in between videos. I am recording at home instead of work, which is more convenient as far as resolution goes. It looks a lot better.
You'll find our uploaded data in your nav map. Look there for waypoint information and further instructions.
It's really not too bad. Anyways, I guess I'll rant and rave. You guys, this is pretty much going to be a worthless episode if you guys don't want to hear me ranting and raving. Basically, I want to start off talking about this type of genre of game. I guess, you know, the space combat. It used to be such a cool game to play. X-Wing, XCOM, all those fucking fun games. But it just seems like it's really died out. There's a few indie games out there that really try to go into it, but it just doesn't get that formula down like this does. Oh, it looks like here we're just doing weapons platforms, so it's not going to be too bad.
You're in range. Remember, we marked everything you need to take out.
This place is out of your reach. Time to say goodnight.
Kamikazing into these things, I don't really mind too much. You notice I'll do this running around in a circle thing if my shields get destroyed. It's probably the best. Whatever you do, do not get hit by an effing missile. I forgot I don't have any countermeasures either. Do not get hit by a missile when your shield's down, or else you're dead.
Good job. They won't be rebuilding here anytime soon.
I don't know if they have here's the
Before more
switch.
hostiles arrive. Mission Commission signing off.
No, see, that was really easy. I mean, it's really fast to do. Because you're, you know, just really close. Anyways, as I was going back to this genre, there's not really a lot out there. Like, this is probably one of my favorite genres. Because I loved space. I love the 3D combat. I mean, if you guys played Halo Reach, they did a small space combat in that, and that was really fun. Crimson Skies, that was a fun game when that came out. I know it's not space, but still has that 3D arcadey ship combat that I like. And funny thing is, the guy who one of the developers for that actually developed the space combat missions for Halo Reach. So if it feels familiar to Crimson Skies, there's a reason. But it's this genre is just so dead. I don't know why. It's such a big immersive genre where you could do a lot of freaking stuff with this. I'm gonna replace this here with some sky rail. I mean, you can add so much lore, so much background, just so much nice stuff, but no one does it. I really don't know why. Alright, let's get another mission. And even this game, it was slated to be a lot bigger than what it really was. They wanted to do a lot of, let's see, 7D. See, that's not too bad because it's next to a gate. I think I'll go ahead and do that. Like, they wanted the economy in this game to, wait, is that the exact same thing I just did? 6E? Like, they wanted the economy to, revolve. I guess would be the best way to put it. Like, prices, when you do trading, prices will be changing constantly due to supply and demand. Which, in theory, is a really cool idea, but I just didn't think they had the resources to execute it, which is very unfortunate, because that'd be a very cool thing to do. And that's another big part of this game that you don't really get into when you're doing the single player campaign, is the trading. If you play online, basically all you see is traders. Basically how you play online is you trade until you get enough money to get a badass ship, then you just get a badass ship and just go around doing stuff. I mean, some people are out there, they're pirates, they, you know, prey on other traders, which I've encountered a few times, and truthfully, the interaction is pretty fun. But I just think there's just so much room for this genre to evolve, and EVE Online is a good example of that, except I can't get into EVE Online because of fucking combat and maneuvering and time sinks is so horrible in that game. Like, it's not very friendly at all. It really sucks. Like, if you take EVE Online, give it this type of combat, I mean, it has really good success to go somewhere. And I think that's what they need to do with this genre, is shy away from single player content and go ahead and just go with, looks like they want me to kill everyone here. And just go ahead and let the players make the stories. Almost like an MMO, but I don't know, it's really hard to say what defines an MMO compared to just like an online game. Because you could say this is an MMO. If you ever go to one of these servers, which holds up to 500 people, you know, you got RP servers where people take on roles that actually join factions, and they roleplay that pretty hardcore, which is really cool, by the way. And online is still active in this game too. There's a really cool mod that improves a whole bunch of things, adds a whole bunch of more ships, adds more trade routes, adds more stations, improves bugs, improves the graphics actually too. And you can actually fly battleships too, which is awesome. But there's just a big void in the gaming market for this type of gaming, and I have no clue why. Maybe it's just such an investment to create a huge world like this. You can see I'm running out of energy really fast, and that's what I get for maxing out my weapons.
building here anytime soon. Now get out of there before more hostiles arrive. Mission Commission signing off.
Let's see here. Yeah, I got a ways to go. Because every time you buy a weapon or something, your net worth goes down because it changes based on from your cash, which is like 5,500 to buy these weapons, to after the resale value, which is half that. So every time you buy something, your net worth goes down by half of what you bought. Which makes some of these in-between missions really long if you start buying stuff, and really short if you're not buying anything. Oh, just let you guys know, I'm gonna start another series along with this to take a little break once I start getting too much into this, because I like to switch up my games to keep things fresh. I'm gonna play Raptor, which is probably one of the best top-down shooters I've played. And I was a fan of top-down shooters back in the day. I loved them, but I played the crap out Raptor. Like, when that game came out, when I was little, oh my goodness, I played the crap out of it. Right now, I'm trying to get fraps to actually work with it, which it's not. I might have to use a different program. Hoping not, but I'm probably going to have to, unfortunately. So just be wary of that. You know, you can always just sub me, and I'll just tell you when I make that video, which should be here pretty soon. The significant other's away at her sister's for a little bit, so I got the place to myself. It's a lot easier to record, you know, in my living room with no baby crying around. Not that there's anything wrong with, you know, my daughter, but I love her to death, but you know, crying babies don't make good for good YouTube unless it's like some kind of weird, funny baby thing, which I never get. Thinking I could buy one of these, you know, sell this disruptor. The only reason why I have this is I randomly found it and like, sure, why not? Because torpedoes are pretty nice later on, because we do have to take on some bigger things. But, man, it's not worth it. Alright, let me see here. Uranium field 7E, 3E, 5E. A bunch of E's. E, 7E, 3E, 5E. I like that 5E. It's assassinate. Sometimes these are really easy, because you can kill them before they start to run away. Actually, maybe I should have bought some things, but yeah, I got the place to myself, so I can openly record a lot easier without too many background noises. So you might see me pump out a few more videos. Plus that, and I'm getting kind of bored of Guild Wars 2. Then again, like, it was the same way with Diablo 3. When I got that, I got bored of it pretty quickly. I don't know if it's me getting bored with video games in general, or if this is the games I've been playing lately. Because back in the day, I used to play the crap out of video games. Like Diablo 2, so many hours wasted. Warcraft 3, oh, don't get me started with that game.
It appears he's not there. Hold off his cronies until we can locate him.
I love this first part where we just I love when you get that first head on, because you just have so much more firepower than them. You know, the ship I'm using is actually a heavy fighter. It's the Leeds version.
You're out of your league. Target destroyed. Mission Commission signing off.
Easy peasy. See, let me get away. So where am I?
I picked my target.
You think it would be not hard to find a big planet. You know, one thing that always is kind of weird about these games, like most of the planets, ships, and everything's all on the same axis. You know, you get X, Y, Z. They're all on the same x-axis. Which is kind of weird because you think in space you would have things all over the effing place. And with planets moving around, with these trade gates, how does that work? Because I know for a fact that the Earth doesn't, you know, stay at the same angle with other planets. So how would that work? I guess that's one thing about making a space game. You have to really make up a lot of the things that make it feel like it works. Because if you make an environment where something doesn't feel like it really fits in, that takes away from the gameplay experience. You know, you want to get sucked into the game to be immersed. And then when you think about some of these things, it really just like off-put you. It takes you away from the experience. It just doesn't work out. Like Skyrim, a lot of people can really get into that game, but there's so many things that just gets me out of the experience. Like, you'll be up where there's snow everywhere. You jump in the water, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you jump in the water. You're not going to get cold or hypothermia. That would be really cool to have stuff like that. And DayZ, I don't know if you guys ever played that, the zombie survival game. It does that. And that's one of the things I was really impressed. Like, it thinks about those little things that puts you more into the experience. Like the food and water system, I like that. It makes you, you know, try to be active in the game where you could just be camping all the time. 5B. Where's that? 5B. Oh, wait. See, that's when you don't. That's one of those quests. Well, this is a trade lane right here. Let's just see if there's anything closer. 70. 7E? Is that pretty close? 7E. Yeah, go ahead and take that. 7E. And if you care about your rep, you really need to watch who you're fighting against. Because if you're fighting against someone who's neutral, you end up having them hate them. And you'd rather have someone neutral than have them hate you. This is one less person that's going to attack you in the long
found at the
run.
mission waypoint. Refer to the nav map for specific instructions.
I think I got about 3 or 4 more of these quests. Cancel it early so I can get it. That's one bad thing. I'm pretty sure I said this before. It's just the travel time is long, but you kind of have to have that in a space game sometimes, because it artificially makes the world feel bigger. Like, how do you make a universe feel huge but have small travel times? The only way to do that is teleportation, but then again, teleportation still makes it feel small because you're not doing what I'm doing right now. I feel like I'm going out to the middle of nowhere, which most of space is in the middle of nowhere. And that's what makes the universe big. So, I think as a game design, you have to balance that out. And that's the part of the thing that sucks you into the immersion.
It appears he's not there. Hold off his cronies until we
That's
can
completely
locate him.
different than what, say, World of Warcraft does. You got flat paths and you got huge gaps in between things.
They're rabbiting. We worked out their vector and are making an intercept point. Check your nav map.
Come on. Yeah. World of Warcraft makes the world huge, but they also do it as a time sink. See, to get here to here, you have to take the Griffin, which takes way too long.
You're in range of your target. We've marked the ship for you, so he'll be easy to find.
And that's what I think they designed. I mean, they probably said, oh, we did it to make the world feel bigger than it really is. But Guild Wars 2, they use this plain old waypoint everywhere. But that still makes the world feel huge because you gotta explore those waypoints first. Seeing the same thing over and over again doesn't make the world feel bigger. It just gets more annoying. So, how do you design like a space game with that in mind? Do you make waypoints, or do you have to do what I'm doing right now? And truthfully, if there's going to be trading in the game, you basically have to do this. I don't know. Just going back to what I was saying before, there's just so much room for this genre to expand. You can do so many different things with this genre. I mean, people will say trading in this game is kind of boring because all you're doing is jump gaining. But you can also make it, like, instead of you actually doing the trading, you buy convoys. Say, I'm going to buy a trading ship, and basically you rent out the ship, you buy the cargo, then you yourself escort the ship. And that way you could be attacked more often while you're trading, and you'll be actually able to do something about it, because if you're in a big trading ship and you get attacked, the first thing you do is just run because you can't really do anything about it. Or you can just have them automatically trade, and after a certain amount of in-game time they come back, and there's different success rates. It's just stuff like that. There's just so much you can do that's not expanded upon. You can also, what I think they should do, like, if they ever make another game like this that uses trading, Freelancer 2, I wish, is make the economies, the resources you trade, fluctuate depending on how much people buy. Basically, this would work in multiplayer, so let's go to the economies tab right now. Each planet would have a production. I'll show you. Whoops, wrong button. Like, say this. See, you can get good price of machinery. Probably the best price I've seen so far, but I know there's probably a better price. And this planet will say, I produce 100 of these an hour. The more they have, the cheaper it is. The less they have, the more expensive it is. So people using the same route over and over and over again will be punished because they're using up all those resources. So say you can buy it for 300 now, but after I buy 100 of them, the price goes up to 400. Now you're not making that great of a deal if you're selling it for 450 at Cambridge. And so you just let things build up over time. Of course, they would all have a maximum. And that way, and then when you sell, the more you sell, the less better price you get per trade. So it just basically makes it a evolving economy, I guess you could say. It makes it so you don't want to run the same thing over and over and over again. Hey, look, another thing at 5e. Oh, I usually sell these when I start these missions because I usually pick up a couple. Sell like 4.
Repair complete.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1. This is Planet Main. Docking ring cleared. Good find.
We've uploaded the mission waypoint into your nav map. Refer to it for more instructions.
Go to.
I could get a new shield. Since I can hit a class 5, I don't know if they sell them here.
There's nothing here I want.
I guess there's nothing there. It's about 2-ish more missions. That'll be the next level, and then we can continue on our storyline, which will be sweet because the story is not too shabby in this game. I don't know, I found it.
You're almost there.
Oh,
The installation
man.
should be in visual range.
Really? Really? Goodness. This is not what I wanted to fight. I can kill this? Alright.
You're
Well,
in range. Remember,
luckily-
we marked everything you need to take out. You're not taking the base.
Oh, that thing went down fast. If it's that easy to kill a base.
Shield.
Listen to.
Incoming. Shield restored. Incoming missile.
I have enemy target in my
That was easy.
Good job. They won't be rebuilding here anytime soon.
I'm just gonna go ahead and kill
Before more
these.
hostiles arrive. Mission commission signing off.
Let's see if I can get some nanobots and shit since I lost a bunch. I don't know if you guys know this, but each fraction has their own type of combat they use. GTFO. See what I mean? Waterford, the sun, and Leeds, all on the same x-axis. Which, truthfully, they kind of have to do to make everything a bit more, I don't know, easy to follow. This is all these design choices that come into the game. Like, what do you have to sacrifice to make a better game, but kills realism? I'm sure there's a lot of things I have to sacrifice. Like, if I kept my engines right now, I won't keep on going at the same speed I'm going. I'll actually go slower. Of course, they do this because you need to catch someone who's fleeing. That's what the cruise disruptor do. Technically, if you kill someone's engine while they're going at full speed, they keep on going at full speed because they have nothing to slow them down. There is one game out there that's coming out. It used to be a really fun game I played.
Your request to land is granted.
Gosh, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But they're basically coming out a space shooter in a not a space shooter, a space combat, spaceship combat in a large multiplayer format. Not like a traditional MMO sense, more like this. And they do a very good job with space physics.
Repair complete.
And I'll actually just link that name in the description because I really cannot think of it on top of my head. It's currently in beta right now. Got all this money, what am I gonna do with it? Let me guess, another one 5E. Yeah! They just keep on rebuilding, don't they?
Freelancer Alpha 1-1. This is planet name. Docking ring cleared. Good luck out there.
Let's go.
We've uploaded the mission waypoint into your nav map. Refer to it for more instructions.
So there actually is a 3D view. Let me see this. Gosh, what is it? Control V. You can't get that, you know, first person view. I'm not too fond of it. I guess I didn't really know about it until later on in the series. And by then I was just so used to this third person view. And it's not like we really have a big cockpit here. It's like, oh, look, some metal here.
You're getting close. You should be able to make out the installation soon if you
Large
ready.
space station. Doesn't look it has as many turrets around it, which is a good thing.
You're not taking the base. You're in range. Remember, we've marked everything you need to take out.
Alright. Whoa, that sounds kind of weird. Yeah, I can already tell you this is a bit more annoying, especially with the huge particle effects of the weapons. The thrusters sound horrible. Ah. Yeah, FL is nom this. Explosions in space! Ah, that's too annoying.
Shield failed. Shield
Yeah, I always like to play chicken with you like this.
We show objective completely destroyed. Now clear out of there before reinforcements arrive. Mission commission out.
Oh my gosh, look at that. I can actually sell some nanobots real quick and do it, but I might as well, you know, do another mission because I'm gonna have to do more missions anyways. could be bliss. Anyways, I use the heavy fighter ship. No, that was just rating that. Just because it has more firepower. I tend to kill more people in head-on type situations more than like chasing around. And that's where this really comes in, because you get in a lot of head-on situations where your guns are just so much powerful than theirs. It just makes more sense to play chicken with them all the time. I mean, the smaller one's more nimble, which is really nice, but
Repair complete.
this is so much easier to buy them that way, I guess you could say. Let me offload my cargo. Rations, oxygen. Another one. Galaxy system.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1. This is planet name. Double ring cleared. Good luck out there.
Alright,
One,
this is our
two.
stop. Thank you for your help. This is Civilian Police Zeta.
We've uploaded the mission waypoint into your nav map. Refer to it for more instructions.
And I'm probably gonna keep on sticking with the heavy fighter. Usually I get some missiles, but with this setup, I hate odd numbers. I hate not having things the same. Like, I love it when you have 5 weapon points because you can do 1 missile and, 4 are the same. But when you have 6 weapon points, it seems kind of weird having 1 missile and 5. I don't know. I kind of OCD about numbers that way.
We're getting close.
Like,
You should be able
they
to
have
check
to
out the
be, like,
installation soon if you
mirrored
can't already.
and I don't know. Oh, it's just the outpost, eh?
You're never gonna take down our base. You're in range. Remember, we've marked everything you need to take out.
For shots with me.
Looks like you need a hand.
Looks like I need a hand. Where were you 20 missions ago, man? I've been doing this all day. All day and every day. See, I should save my energy there.
Visual on hostile tracking weapons.
And admittedly, it's a lot easier hitting while they're running with like a machine gun type, but
I've got a bandit in my sights.
they're spinning around in circles like a corkscrew. I should be able to lead that on, but I'm just being dumb. This guy just won't. I got like a bazillion more coming my way. Great. No, you can't. Kind of used to. Come on.
This bandit's trying to get me in lock.
Or in the future, how space combat really will be. Because if we're advanced enough to be able to do space like this, targeting systems will just be so much better, won't they? Like, the computer will do everything for you. So doing evasive combat maneuvers won't really matter now, would it? Because if the computer, no matter what you do, is going to track your movements. And if we're using lasers, which you'll have to speed up fucking light, how are you going to avoid that? So really, space combat in the future is just going to be like classical fucking like Renaissance type fucking warfare where everyone just stands in a line and shoots each other. Because you can't really like take cover or, you know, you could go on people's flanks and stuff like that, but space combat is just gonna be a whole different level of craziness.
Good job. They won't be rebuilding here anytime soon. Now get out of there before more
Anyways,
hostiles arrive.
I guess I'm done ranting for now.
I have news. Dr. Sinclair has made good progress in analyzing the artifact, but she's now reached a point where she can't continue without the help of Quintain. Our best lead is a pilot Quintain sometimes works with, a guy named Dexter Hovis. He's running a gambling operation on an abandoned battleship in the Dublin system. You should start there.
Alright. I'll just go ahead and end it here, but I'm just going to finish up really quick about the space combat. This is going to be completely different like we ever think of it as we do now. It's not going to be like... I don't think maneuvering is going to be that big of a deal when you have computers that'll calculate everything. And if we really do get these lasers... laser, I'm firing my laser. Anyways, you're not gonna be able to avoid that shit.
Police Lambda 13 to Freelancer Alpha
So
1-1.
really, the only kind of maneuvers you'll be doing is small fighter ships trying to get to like a blind spot, say, of a battleship. Because if you know, if you're gonna have these big line wars, the battleship will have big weapons up front. So what you want to do is go behind them, you know, with your small ships. But I don't know. It's going to be completely different than what we probably think it is right now. Just something to think about. Pissed that I was killing all their goddamn things. You know what? I'm not in a good mood. Yes, that's what enemies usually do, is fire. That's why you don't disrupt trade lane, boys. Another thing that'll be interesting to see about space combat is like the theory of shields, if they really do work. Like, there's no shields. What's really gonna... Why would you make a huge ass ship? It makes no sense to make a huge ass ship unless you're holding a huge ass gun. But, I mean, if there's no way to protect your huge ass ship, why would you make a fucking thing? Like an aircraft carrier right now. Like, wouldn't it be pretty easy to sink an aircraft carrier? Maybe I'm naive about, like, the armor of an aircraft carrier, but it's basically one sub. Now, mind you, like, the money ratio is, I don't know. It just seems silly. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. I've been ranting and raving for a long time now. I'm sure a few of you are like, oh my god, just stop and get with the storyline. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm heading there now. Alright, so this is, see you guys later.